Central Texas Life with Ann Harder.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Central Texas Life. It is a joy for me to welcome back to the podcast Dr. Tyrha Lindsey Warren, recently named the Athena Award winner from the Greater Waco Chamber of Commerce, leading a Waco Women Conference. I guess it's a wonderful series, and it is crowned by the Athena Awards Luncheon, and what an impressive day that was. What a lovely honor for you, and so well deserved.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for having me today. But I'm still over the moon. I'm still flying high from that December 7th event and getting that acknowledgement. It was a surprise. And then,
me too. I mean, even though I was MC, I did not know.
And it was so wonderful that you were the MC, because then, when you said, "Oh, this is going to give it away," she sings jazz. And that's when I was just like,
I was watching you.
It.
I was watching you. My eyes were on you because I thought, and then the more she talked, the more I went, okay, no, I think she said PhD or something like that.
But I didn't.
You didn't hear that?
I heard it, but I'm like, somebody else could have. I'm like, somebody else.
Well, Lauren Schwartz she did a beautiful job.
She did.
She really did a beautiful job with, kind of the surprise element of you being named that. But again, it is one of those situations that what an honor to be nominated.
Oh, yeah. It still
because
makes
there are, 40, at least, 40 nominations of outstanding women.
Yes.
In fact, Becky Cram was just on this podcast.
Oh, was she?
Yeah. And what a delightful, sharp young woman she is. And Central Texas is so fortunate to have folks of your caliber here. But the as the four finalists. We're talking, and we're, explaining your various different walks and journeys and professionally and so forth. It was just such a joy to hear again, all the many things that you've been involved with. But the reason we're here today is to talk about the upcoming fourth Waco Faith and Family International Film Festival. This is going to be February 1st through the 4th. And a lot of different venues as in the past. And it's just grown from year to year.
Yes. Well, this is my 10th anniversary of producing international film festivals, to believe it or not. My team and I started in 2013 producing international film festivals for Bishop T.D. Jakes in Dallas.
Correct.
And I was still living in New York. They'd fly us down. And so, we've been doing this for 10 years together. And in my mind, I feel like we're quickly becoming what I call the Sundance of the faith and family space, because that just doesn't exist. Once upon a time, Variety magazine, the Hollywood trade, used to do something similar called the Purpose Summit, but that ended in 2018. And so I've had numerous friends who were a part of that, who over the years have said, you can pick this up, you can pick the mantle up, Tyrha, you can pick up, this mantle. And I believe I slowly have. And so that's why each year it gets bigger, it gets better, it gets more extensive, because if you've had the opportunity to go to a Sundance or a Toronto Film Festival or a Telluride Film Festival, what we do is, what they do.
Right.
It's a festival of music, of film, of community, of celebration.
There's even a golf tournament.
Yes. We used to do that with Bishop Jakes. So we're growing. And to me, 2023 is the eve of our 5th anniversary in 2024. So a lot of the things we're doing this year in terms of the concert, the Pitch Fest with A&E Networks and some execs there, the Cigar Lounge experience. I'm testing these out to see how, people and our guests react to that, because if it goes well, it's going to be bigger and better come the 5th anniversary next year.
Well, you do have a variety of events and things for folks to take part in. But of course, the highlight are these wonderful films.
Yes.
These projects that people have, invested their resources and their emotional energy into to tell a story. And that's kind of been your driving force, is the telling of these stories.
Definitely. Not only, well, when I started the film festivals and started producing film festivals, I understand the power of storytelling, right? The power of storytelling can be transformational, and we use it in a positive way to open hearts and minds. And not only are we highlighting independent stories, but we're also highlighting and shining a light on independent filmmakers. So, none of these movies you will necessarily see in a regular movie theater, but the filmmakers are equally as talented, right? And these are filmmakers from all over the world. And I've been really proud that we are showing, in terms of gender, a 50-50 split, right?
Really?
Between men and females. So often Hollywood is so men-centric.
Sure.
But we have a lot of very talented women who have submitted over the years, and they're holding their own, against the men and across different genres, right? So not only feature films, but short films, student films, and animation films. This year we have maybe 2 animations submitted by one young lady out of Hungary.
Really?
And they're very good. Last year 2022, we had maybe 2 or 3 submitted by a young lady out of Czech Republic. And I just love it. It's just great.
It truly is remarkable that you as you say, you've kind of filled in this where there was a void, and yet I cannot imagine just the time that it takes for you to curate, and go through. I guess you have a team of folks. You mentioned your team that help with the selecting.
Yes.
Because how many during the course of the run in Waco in February? How many films will be available for folks to see of various lengths?
This year we'll have close to 35.
That's quite
Last
a
year
bit.
We had 30. Our first year we had 75 that we showed.
My.
That was in 2020. 2021 we had 65. But since now we're moving into, mainstream theaters, we'll be at the Regal Cinemas, Hollywood Theaters in Woodway. We'll be around 35. But to your point, I had the wonderful opportunity to attend Sundance in 2020, so our first year of this film festival, and was able to be introduced to a young man who works for Sundance. And believe it or not, on the side, he consults for other film festivals as well as helps evaluate films. So he has been with me since 2021, and he goes through the first round of films and then sends me his recommendations, and then I go through them, and then together we will finalize the films that we then send on to the film jury. And so what makes this so funny is that when he does this, he's been with Sundance, I think 8 or 9, 10 years. But for Sundance, and because they get so many thousands of submissions, he's just on the short films team.
Okay.
And so he can view 3,000 to 5,000 films, just short films. And like for me, he's only doing maybe 100 or something like that.
Right.
But
which would be daunting for me to try to think about.
But just knowing that, he has this skill set that he's doing that. So he's just on the short films team. Then they have a feature films team. And then I think the weekend before Thanksgiving, because we were supposed to have a meeting, he was like, "Oh, Dr. Tyrha, I can't do it. That's our Sundance, our main Sundance meeting for picking all the films." And I said, "Oh my gosh, you guys are going to go through all 15,000. I mean, that's
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the kind of,
Yeah.
films, or the number of films that they're getting. It's amazing. But
what a plum if you make the cut for Sundance.
Yes.
Well, and it's the same way for yours as well. I mean, because
we're getting there.
Well, you're getting there. Well, because I'm sure there are like churches even that are involved in wanting to get into that area of ministry, I guess, in a way. If you can tell a story and create that opportunity, that I could see churches having, with pretty good resources, maybe.
True. Well, I mean, our ultimate goal is, believe it or not, film festivals can also become a route for filmmakers to get their projects looked at from the Academy Awards, right? There's probably...
Is there a category from the Academy for faith?
No, but it would probably be under short films.
Yeah, I know the Grammys do. They have their religious, gospel stuff.
But that's our ultimate goal, to be in that small elite cadre of film festivals that filmmakers can submit to us, and then our winners we can then submit to the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences under
great.
A particular category. Most likely we'll probably do short films and animation, because those are two of our strongest categories. So that's coming down the pike. More to come.
Good news there. That is wonderful news. Well, when you think of your upcoming offerings, anything kind of rise to the top? If there's anyone you don't need to miss this one.
No,
as far as
there.
So you can't do this like picking your favorite child, right? You can't do that.
I'm excited about our kickoff concert.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. That is something different.
Yes. Again, music is a huge factor in all the major, film festivals around the world. I've slowly been introducing live performances since year one with local artists, performing before the films, whether they're, country music vocalists, gospel, opera, classical. Last year, I introduced a dance company out of Dallas that performed. So this year, we're evolving into a Grammy Award winning band, Azo Motley, who is currently on tour with Los Lobos.
Really?
They're coming off tour to do a special performance for us. Believe it or not, I didn't know this until this was brought to my attention, but they did compose the soundtrack for Happy Feet 2.
Really?
Yes. They've been a part of the David Lynch Foundation, acclaimed filmmaker David Lynch, and work that he does, which is such a coinky dink, because I was in Mulholland Drive, directed by David Lynch, which was nominated for an Oscar many, many moons ago. And then they've done a lot of other TV film things, along with producing album after album after album. I think they just dropped their 7th album last fall, so they'll be playing from that. And it's called, kind of working together. The city of Woodway is really trying to promote their Arboretum and the pavilion at the Arboretum more. And so their city manager, Lenny Caballero, and I are good friends. And we were just like, what can we do together? And we both love music. We both love live events. And this just happened to work out. So super excited about Azo Motley coming. I'm also excited about our fashion show.
That was so much fun last year.
We're bringing it back.
Oh, that was so much fun. I love that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And this year we're using models from Waco ISD.
Oh,
so
good.
I have been working with school board trustee Keith Guillory and the superintendent Kenan. I can't pronounce her name right, so please excuse me. But they are both just super excited to collaborate with us and get their students just in everything that we're doing.
That's wonderful.
So we will have models from Waco ISD participating in the fashion show. We're showing a film by Waco ISD students during our family day on Saturday at the Hippodrome. We're hosting the Waco ISD golf team at our celebrity golf tournament.
Good. And my husband wants to play,
Oh,
so
good,
I got to
good,
get
good.
him signed up.
We'll have the Waco ISD media team covering the film festival, covering the red carpets and
wonderful.
things of that nature.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about that.
Great collaboration.
Yes. And then I'm over the moon. Okay, I can pick one thing. I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon with our Family Day event on Saturday, February 4th. We're bringing that back. We did the first one in 2020, our first year, but we're bringing it back this year, and we're showing a Proud Family marathon. So Proud Family is one of the groundbreaking and first animation series of color that Disney produced. Now, it was originally on the Disney Channel. Now it's on their streaming service, Disney Plus. So they are in their second season. Well, they had 5 seasons on the Disney Channel. Now on Disney Plus, they're in their second season called The Proud Family Louder and Prouder. So we are flying in 2 of your fellow Champions Award recipients from the Proud Family, the creator of the animation series, Bruce Smith, and legendary TV producer, Ralph Farquhar. And why I say he's legendary, because he was the only staff writer of color, who wrote on Happy Days. He was one of the only staff writers of color and producers, I think, who was on Married with Children. He created Moesha, the acclaimed TV show with the singing star Brandy, the Parkers. He wrote the super cult movie Crush Groove. He's the EP right now currently on Real Husbands of Hollywood, starring Kevin Hart and that whole crew. And he's coming here to Waco. They both are. Bruce,
fabulous.
Bruce Smith in his own right is like the only Disney animator, like senior level Disney animator of color. And when they both were on my podcast for the film festival a couple weeks ago, he told me how he went to the animation school that Disney plucks from in California. And he was in school with the gentleman who animated Frozen, the gentleman who animated the movie Tarzan, the gentleman who animated the movie, the first African-American queen. I can't think of her name. Something in the P, or I can't think of that one. But all these first, because he was trained by the animator who first did Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yeah. He was trained by the animator who created Cinderella. I mean, if that podcast is amazing.
Again, tell them how they can go and check out your podcast.
You can just go to Spotify and check out our film festival podcast called Real Values, Real News. And their episode should be on in the next couple weeks. But just the history that I was learning from the both of them in terms of animation, that whole animation world. And so I am thrilled that they're coming. Thrilled that we are showing this marathon of their newest episodes of Louder and Prouder, as well as the Proud Family movie, because they have a movie. And then they're going to do the talkback afterwards.
Oh, that is great.
Yeah, so
that is great to listen in and really get into the tall weeds if you want to. Yeah.
Yes, because they are now on a mission to expose as many young people as possible to the world of animation, all the areas of it, all the possible jobs that go into that, and open doors for young people of color to work in animation. So I'm excited about that too.
I'm just in awe of all that is coming with this wonderful film festival. It is going to be a jam-packed few days. I'm going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more with Dr. Tyrha Lindsey Warren about this wonderful film festival, so you stay with us.
Frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about Frozen, heroes. gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Mike.
And we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros, Foes, Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Bros and Foes and Heroes. Gonna tell you about Bros and Foes and Heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded one-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that one-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that one-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a one-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.
Hi, this is Sarah.
And I'm Carter.
And this is Some of Our Thoughts.
We're two Southern sommeliers, and we want to share everything we love and know about wine. We started hanging out during quarantine and cooking and drinking and listening to music, and we just thought this would be a great way to bring everything we know to you guys.
We will make wine knowledge and food pairings easy and approachable. So put on your favorite vinyl, grab your favorite glass of wine, tune into our show, and let's have some fun.
Wine and
vinyl.
So check us out on roguemedianetwork.com or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We'll be talking about a lot.
And we're back with Dr. Tyrha Lindsey Warren, who is the producer, the creator of the Waco Faith and Family International Film Festival. And this is the fourth year, but my goodness, how much ground you've covered in just a few years. But you're not a newcomer to this whole world of film festivals and what it can bring to a community. And you've got so many different things. We kind of touched on before the break a little bit about the fashion show. Let's talk about that. And we've got the models from Waco ISD. Where will that be, and who will be showing styles?
Sure. So this year we're taking it up a notch, and we're going to host it at Art Center Waco, the beautiful building.
Yeah.
I happen to be on the board, so I'm so excited to be able to showcase the building in this way.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a New York style fashion show. Curated by your fellow 2022 Champions Award recipient, Deborah Koenigsberger. She is a celebrity stylist. She styles Soledad O'Brien and so many New York media folks. And then she has her own beautiful, beautiful boutique, Noir et Blanc, in Chelsea. She's had it for over 25 years. So we will be showcasing her fashions. She's coming in from New York with her assistant to style all of the Waco ISD models. And she will be moderating the show. She's French, so you have to, love that accent. And believe it or not, and I didn't even tell you this. She told me this a couple weeks ago. She is being celebrated by Diane von Fosberger. Am I saying this right?
Furstenberg?
Yes. For Black History Month.
Really? Oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So she is the featured person that they're saluting this month, DVF, on their website.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So when you talk about, again, exposing these students and the community to high fashion, to those folks who are working in that arena, I'm super excited that Deborah has come back again and wants to do this fashion show for us.
And it's fun to do a little shopping afterwards.
Oh yeah, she'll be selling.
she's got these fabulous that you're not going to find, in Central Texas.
And let me tell you what I'm secretly working on with Deborah. Her best friend is Tina Knowles. Mm-hmm. So I'm secretly working on, one day she'll bring Tina Knowles to Waco with her for this festival.
It could happen.
Yeah,
it could happen. Let's see. And of course, this is not possible without a wonderful support of sponsors. I know TFNB, your Bank for Life, is a big sponsor. They do so many good things in Central Texas.
Good things. David Littlewood just, saw the vision in 2019 when no one else did, and he gave me the seed money to get this started. He is still a #1 champion. Just talked to him this morning about the festival. Jason Lavender on his team too. I just can't say enough fantastic things about TFNB and their support of us. Also Creative Waco and Fiona Bond and her board. They're our Gold Star sponsor for us. Our Silver Star sponsors. City of Woodway has come on board.
Now, that's where the concert will be. Let's talk about that. We didn't mention where the concert will be.
Yes, the concert will be at the Pavilion at the Carling Bright Arboretum in the City of Woodway on February 1st. Mm-hmm. Modern Texas Living, if you haven't seen the January issue, I'm on the cover.
Oh, okay.
Modern Texas Living is one of our Silver Star sponsors. And then Z's at the Curry. Susanna May has been with us since the beginning.
Yes.
Greg May Honda. Greg May, again, has been with us since the beginning. Believed in the vision of the celebrity golf tournament when I presented it to him. So he will be in our 3rd year of that golf tournament. Waco CVB is sponsoring the fashion show. We call it the HOT, the Hot Fashion and Style Show, Heart of Texas.
Yeah.
Thanks to Carla Pendergraph with the Waco CVB. Pete and Michelle Gretzinger are our exclusive kickoff concert sponsors this year. And then the Waco Central Texas chapter of the Lynx are our award sponsor. And then we have a whole host of bronze sponsors from HEB, Extraco Banks, Marie's, Wine Bar, Vision Vehicles Productions, which is one of our very first feature film winners in 2020. They have actually moved all of their productions from LA to Waco and started producing their first Waco-based movie in November of 2021. They're in production now on their 2nd Waco-based Christmas movie that's about to come out. So when you talk about the impact of film festivals, we're seeing it now in terms of our impact on the economic development of the city, with them producing films here, hiring local talent, bringing in, hotel stays and going to our restaurants and things of that nature. So, I mean, that's what you want film festivals to do.
Yeah, all the trickle down, the impact on the economy and the community, and what fun. I mean, it really, and it is fun. Now, there are a number of different venues. You mentioned the Hippodrome. And a couple of the movie theaters?
Well,
as
just
well?
one
Just the
movie
Re-
theater, the Regal
Regal.
Cinemas Hollywood Theaters on Woodway Drive. We also will be at Cottonwood Creek
Right.
Golf Course.
That's where the
this
golf
year.
tournament will
Usually
be.
we're at Ridgewood, but they're renovating, so we're going
Right.
to Cottonwood.
Yeah, that's close down.
Art Center Waco, of course. And
Pivovar again for your
Pivovar, yes.
for your
Yeah.
wrap-up party. That was
Yes.
so much fun last year.
So much
Of course,
fun.
I know we're praying for good weather because
Yes.
we had a couple of little snags last year because of some ice and cold. I know. I was
But
so
hopefully,
disappointed, but
we'll be back to our normal because
Yeah.
our first 2 years it was 80 degrees, during
I know.
the golf tournament.
It could be
But
anything.
Yeah, Pivovar, we love everybody at Pivovar. What else? Oh, and I have to mention just really quickly, Dutch Brothers Coffee is a new sponsor this year.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And then we have some other, but I wanted to mention them because Jackson is so excited to be a part of the film festival family, and he owns and operates our local Dutch Brothers Coffee stores here. And, just hoping, Waco ISD community partners. The Waco McLennan County NAACP is also a
Very
community
good, yeah.
partner. And then the Waco Chapter of the Lynx Awards sponsor. And so many more. So many more.
Oh, well, you have just done such an awesome job in drawing all the support and doing all that you do. Plus, you have a day job
Yes.
at Baylor University, helping to mold those young minds in the area of marketing and advertising and just all the scholarly endeavors that you're a part of as well through the university. Any comments about that? I mean, I guess this is a wonderful thing for your students at Baylor to kind of see at least. I don't know how involved they are in helping out with stuff. But
Well, I have to give extra credit to get
Why
my
not?
seniors to come. But I do eventually get some of my seniors to come, and
Yeah.
they bring their friends and things of that nature. I'm slowly infiltrating the student population. But, it's just, I'm a type A personality, I guess.
no kidding.
And
really? Picked up on
And
that.
To me, it all feeds each other. I always
Yeah.
say, I love being a marketing professor, and I always say the practitioner in me feeds the marketing professor. Both of them feed me as a marketing consumer behavior scholar and researcher. And I always feel this is the same way. My dissertation was on empowered storytelling.
Yeah.
So all the things that I had done as a marketing executive in Los Angeles, in New York, for Procter & Gamble and things of that nature, that I went into my doc program at Rutgers knowing that I wanted to really delve in deeper understanding storytelling, right? And so, believe it or not, with these film festivals, they are a part of my research. I've even written a research paper on it that I submitted last year, delving into the power of the emotion of empowerment, because that was a part of my dissertation and my research, and marrying that with storytelling. Before John Singleton died, he had agreed to be a part of my next research paper, where I was going to, and I am still going to do this, delve into the psyche of storytellers. So my initial dissertation, and that's been published, was just looking at the reaction of receivers of the story. So looking at it from the audience or consumer's perspective. But I want to take that to another level, looking at the perspective of the actual storyteller and what goes on with their process when they're creating stories and things of that nature. So I don't want to get too nerdy, but all of it fuels the other.
Yeah.
All of it fuels that. And I'm also on the senior leadership team for the business school, and I'm over industry relations and experiential learning. So again, the companies that, support the film festival end up being real life clients for my students in my advertising and multicultural marketing classes. So it kind of just all
it's like a
works
tapestry. It
together.
all
Yes.
just, it really is. It just sort of
Yes.
weaves together. You had mentioned this during our break about having the last film that Anne Heche
Oh my gosh.
was in. Tell me about that.
So excited about that. I have a good relationship with the film's publicist who's in LA. This year, in 2022, if you recall, the funny looking guys that were walking around, the Fairwood brothers.
Yeah.
He repped them, and that's how I got that.
Yeah, no,
that
what a
TV
cute show. I mean, darling, yeah.
Really. And because of that, we were able to get into Variety and get mentioned in Variety. And so he loves our festival. And maybe a couple months ago, he said, I have another movie for you, Dr. Tyrha. And I said, okay. He said, it's the last performance of Anne Heche before she passed away. And I said, oh my gosh. And it's produced by Shannon Doherty's, 90210's brother. And I said, let me see it. And saw it and said, okay, let's do it. So it is one of our closing night movies on Saturday. So if you're a fan of Anne Heche, I think you'll enjoy this, seeing her last performance.
Tragic. It was
so tragic.
Tragic loss. Yeah. Wow. Profound. So much going on. You've got another little family project.
Oh! Yes.
And so I want you to open this.
Thank you.
I want you to open that. I was so excited when I heard that your firstborn little boy on the way.
Girl.
Oh, it is a girl. Okay, well, all right. It'll still work.
Yes.
It'll still work.
This is fantastic. Look at this. Oh, thank you.
There you go. Well, I'll find a little headband then, because we got to have a Baylor headband so we can wear the onesies. Yeah.
Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. I rarely talk about it, but I'm 5-6 weeks away.
It's not very far. Hello, Texas. Yeah. Right. So this is all happening, right? We
have plan A, plan B, plan
I bet
C.
you do. I bet you do. Well, babies have a way of changing your plans. But I know you've got, as organized as you are, you've got everything covered for the film festival that's coming up. Again, I know you've got a wonderful website that you can go and buy your tickets. You can buy a full pass for everything. Or pick and choose. Like I say, Mike's going to sign up for the golf tournament.
Yay.
And I'm looking forward to being at as much as I possibly can, for sure.
Well, I'd love for you to MC our concert if you have 30 minutes to be with us on the 1st. Would love to have you.
I will try to make that happen. Cool. I would be honored.
Yeah,
that would be
great.
fabulous. Yeah,
because of the music in you. The music.
Well, and the music in you. I have to say, you brought the house down at the Athena Awards when you just started singing a cappella "This Little Light of Mine."
Thank you.
And you do let that little light shine. It's a big light.
Best. Thank you.
It's like a floodlight. And Waco is the happy recipient of that light. We're so happy.
Thank you
that you could spend some time with us, and looking forward to all that's coming up in the very near future.
Yep. So wacofilmfest.org is where anybody can go, get tickets, learn more, see our schedule, things of that nature. We're doing something new this year, in that if you get any of our promotional materials, they'll have QR codes on them that'll take you to the schedule, just in case we need to update things. So we're not putting that schedule in the printed program. It'll be live and updated on the fly as needed. But, just so blessed, super grateful with this season that I'm in right now. And I just really hope, the Waco community comes out to be a part of this, because this is for the community. You know what I mean? I call it a cinematic community celebration, just to bring us together so we can celebrate our humanity, our shared humanity.
And that's what it's all about. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anne.
Delightful to have you. Love you. Thank you for being with us, and we hope to see you again soon on Central Texas Life. Bye-bye.
Central Texas Life with Ann Harder is part of the Rogue Media family. Be sure to check out our other shows at roguemedianetwork.com. Please rate this show 5 stars on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere you get your podcasts. Join us again soon for more Central Texas Life with Ann Harder.